And welcome to dHarmic Evolution. Hey everybody, I'm your host, James Kevin O'Connor, singer-songwriter, audio-video artist, master storyteller, and international talent agent. Hey, I want to open today's show with a heads up about our dHarmic Evolution Facebook community page. You know, a lot of you guys don't know about this. We set this up for our fellow artists around the world, so you can post things about your brand, your career, share with not just all the creators out there, but all of our worldwide audience who love to check in on the latest musical talent. Take advantage of this platform today and pull in some more fans just by posting what you are doing. Today, we're in Tracy, California with an amazingly talented woman. Her musical journey has taken her around the globe, across swinging bridges in remote villages in Thailand, into public squares throughout Europe and Great Britain, and even down Main Street, USA with her friends Mickey and Minnie. Kim has appeared as a television actress, Beverly Hills 90210, Lois and Clark, and has had many moments of stage bliss, playing many roles, including Abigail Williams in The Crucible, Mary Magdalene in Jesus Christ Superstar, and Catherine in A Little Night Music. It's the stories and music of Kim Krenik. You better strap up your seatbelts and let's go for a ride. We have got some great news for you. There is a brand new musical act out on the airwaves called Mercy. This is something that you have never heard before. It's spiritual. It's the truth unleashed, with scripture delivered by chaplain Christine Mercy, along with drums, guitars, pianos, violins, and vocals from singer-songwriter James Kevin O'Connor. Yes, a little bit of heaven on earth, and just in time. Behold, it's the brand new album from Mercy, titled I Am Victorious. Yes, Jesus came, he saw, he taught, he preached, he healed, he suffered unimaginable torture, and not only defeated the evils of Satan, but he won the entire war for the entire world. And as he stated in the song, I'm going home, back to the throne, victorious, it's glorious. I've many rooms in my Father's house for all of us. It's glorious. Learn to trust in his name. I Am Victorious. The new album is out now and available on iTunes, Amazon, and CD Baby. Just recorded in the Music City on the world-famous Music Row in Nashville, Tennessee. Download the album or pick up the actual CD copy of I Am Victorious right now on iTunes, Amazon, and CD Baby. And keep your eyes and ears open for the live performance tour of Mercy coming soon, featuring Come, Amen, Bless You, I'm Afraid, It Is Finished, and yes, the title track, I Am Victorious. Available right now. Go to Amazon, iTunes, or CD Baby and download your copy of I Am Victorious today. And keep your eyes and ears open for the new band Mercy, coming to a venue near you soon. This message is sponsored by the James O'Connor Agency. Thank you for being here. I mean, you've got, wow, what a rich history of creativity, man. You do it all. How do you find the time?
Well, I don't know. I make the time.
Yeah, you sure do. You sure do. So let's start about this, going to Thailand, remote villages, swinging off of bridges. What was that all about? That's crazy.
That was fun.
It sounds like a ball.
Actually, it wasn't really that fun at the time. I was young. I was 21 at the time.
Okay.
And it wasn't my first time out of the country because I'd been to Great Britain, which is very different than Thailand.
Right.
So
okay.
The food and the experience. I was with a group called Youth with the Mission.
Oh, okay.
And you had a guest on here, Naomi Som.
Yes, yeah.
I actually remember her from when I was in Youth with the Mission.
Oh, really? So she was there in that same group with you?
She wasn't with me, but she was performing in Montana, and I was in Montana at the same time.
Right.
So, yeah. So, and then our group went on outreach to Thailand. So we ended up, I didn't expect to do music there, but it was pretty fascinating the way our whole team came together expecting just to go over there, and we did work in a church. We cleaned up like scorpions and all kind. Well, I say we, but it wasn't really me. I was kind of on the opposite side of the building
Right.
while the brave people were over there with shovels, like killing scorpions, hard-shelled scorpions, and I was like freaking out. But yeah, we were like, like working over there, helping a little church in Chantaburi,
Right.
in Thailand. And so we were in the city of Chantaburi, but we did get to go into villages, and that part was my favorite part because I like the whole little, countryside of Thailand. It's beautiful.
Right.
But the city I wasn't too crazy about.
Yeah.
So.
To this day, it seems like, everybody I talk to, it's that's like the destination spot right now in this period of time. For some reason, everybody has this fascination with Thailand and, how beautiful the country is, and it's just the place to go,
Yeah, it has some amazing beauty, and like the beaches are amazing.
Yeah. So you got in there nice and early. That's really cool.
Oh yeah, long time ago.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. Hey, so also you went to Great Britain. So tell us about that. What was going on there? Like, was this part of the same trip, or was this a whole different thing?
That was a different trip, 2 different trips. I've been there twice. The first time I went to England, Scotland, and Northern Ireland with a singing group,
right?
Called Continental Singers. That was when I was 17. And then I toured with them, and we did music. And then I went back again with Youth with a Mission, but it was a different group. It was Musician Summer of Service. Right. And I co-led a band over there called the Herald. And we played all kinds of places. We played in prisons and we did, on the streets. So it was a lot of fun. We did cover songs. So it was
wow, it sounds like you did it right, man. You did the globe-trotting thing, you were all over the place,
Before I got married, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Well, that's the way to do it. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Because once the kids come, it's like, wait a minute, the shackles go on. It's like, you're not going anywhere,
That's right.
Where's my lunch,
That's right.
Yeah.
You know it.
Right. So let's do, I think it's time to break everybody in, and we're going to play Fire Lilies here. Let's check this one out with Kim. Here we go.
Once there was a palace here. All I've built has been torn down. All my dreams have been stolen. Every stem burned to the ground. Then you gently begin to breathe new life in me again. And I surrender. Fire lily, 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 oh, oh. I'm like the fire lily, 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 oh, oh. I give you my offering. A new fragrance will pour out. You're giving a song to me, taking all my shame and doubt, and I surrender. I am willing. I am leaving the past behind, resurrected out of ashes, rediscovering the joy of life, just like lily. Oh, oh. I'm like the fire lily, lily, lily. Oh, oh. Then you gently begin to breathe new life in me again. And I know I'm loved, and I know I'm held in the grip of your hand. And I surrender, I am willing, I am leaving the past behind, resurrected out of ashes, rediscovering the joy of life, just like the fire lily, lily, lily. Oh, oh. I'm like the fire lily, lily, lily. Oh, oh. Like the fire lily, lily, lily.
All right, Fire Lilies. So that was a really good song. You know, I got to comment on your production is really great. Your songs are so well done. How do you handle your production, Kim? What do you do? Do you have a favorite producer? Do you go in a studio? Do you do it in your home? How do you get your music together?
Well, finding a producer for me is always like a high priority.
Right.
I've learned how to do a lot at home. So now I'm at the place where Fire Lilies was done completely in a studio with
Okay.
someone else in Modesto. He's a very talented guy locally.
And
And,
who is it? What is his name?
You know what? I can't believe my mind is blanking out.
Oh, that's all right. We can come back to it.
Because
But
I recorded it a while ago.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. Yeah.
no, as soon as I heard it, I said, wow, this is really well done. This must be done in a studio, this particular track. It's really, really great.
Yeah, it was well done. And okay, the studio is called the Music Chamber. Just came into my head.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the Music Chamber in Modesto. So I do now the more recent stuff I've been working on just in the last few months has been mostly with my friend Jackson. He lives up in Vancouver, Washington, and we now like send files back and forth. So I do all the vocals and keyboards here, and he does all the other instruments and vocals too, and he does all the mixing and all the producing, and he and I work together, have some stuff we co-write, and we have our own little duo that we
Right.
do stuff on. And then I also work with other producers. I'm currently working on a song with a guy who's in another state as well as in Texas. And then I've got somebody in New York that I love to work with. His name's John Sigorciari. If I'm saying that right, it's Italian and it's hard to say, but I always call him Johnny C. But he's really good.
So do you just like the pizza in New York? That's why you go there? Is that how you figure?
Oh yeah. I don't even go there. That's the amazing thing. You don't have to go anywhere anymore.
Yeah.
You just send files. You know?
Right. I know. It's
But
a
if
great
I
way to
could go
work.
there-
Yeah.
Are you
Yeah.
in New York?
I'm
Where are
actually
you?
in New Jersey. I was in the city last weekend, actually. I was there for a couple of days, right near Central Park, I was staying. It was really beautiful. I mean,
love it.
nothing like New York in spring or fall is, I think, the best, you know. It's just that vibe, you know.
Oh, I love New York.
Yeah.
I've been there at Christmas time.
It's
It was fun.
it's very addicting. I mean, it's like you can go there. I mean, I've been there because I'm really literally 45 minutes away from Manhattan, where I am in Jersey, and it's like, you know, I mean, I've been going there my entire life, and I've never had two experiences the same, even if I've done the same things twice. You know, it's
Wow.
like there's always something fun and unusual and imaginative that goes on there. It's kind of a writer's paradise too. You always come away
Yeah.
with some material from there. You know.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Speaking of, what about how do you get your like where does your inspiration come from for songwriting? Let's talk about that a little bit.
Wow.
Because you have a deep well of inspiration, I could tell it.
Yeah, I do. I never lack something to write about. That's for sure.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I have a deep-rooted faith, and I would say that my faith is probably the center of everything, that I do. And so, for the in my earliest days of writing, most of my music was faith-based. I mean, just directly about God, somehow around what he's done in my life. But more recently, in the last 10 years, I started really making it a discipline to write, no matter every day. So I sit down and write every morning. I brainstorm ideas. I'll take a theme and I'll just write on that theme. And especially the last 2 years, I've been taking a lot of courses and really getting more into writing universal themes. But, from my perspective, it's always from my perspective and with my own slant on things. So, that's what makes it unique to each person when we write, as writers. But I love co-writing as well. So I've also really the last year been finding a lot of co-writers, and that is another thing that's addicting, because once you start working with people and collaborating, I think it's so much more exciting. You want to finish what you get started, when you're working with someone else. Whereas, I write every day on my own, and I don't know if it's good or not. So I'll just sometimes just check it and go, I don't really like that anymore, and move on. But when I have someone there that's, we're holding each other accountable, it's a lot easier to look at that work and really, complete it and recognize the value in it if we both think it's going somewhere. So it's been really cool.
You hit it on the head when you said holding each other accountable, because, once in a while when I do mastermind groups, and I haven't done one in a while, and I'm missing that a lot. And it's they're so valuable in the same way that you have to, you're coming up and it's Thursday afternoon or whatever it is, and you can't show up without material. So you got to make sure you plug in and say, what am I going to do? I have my notes from the last session we did. And if I don't, show up and show that I did something or I held someone else accountable, then there's no sense of doing it. So I think you're doing the same thing with the co-writing. It's where are we on this song or these songs? I think that's great. I think that's really great. And the fact that you have the discipline to write every day, I think that's really amazing. I love that. I wish I did more of that, because I do that when I'm writing an album, and then I have a practice that I do that I've taught myself to do, which is every day between 30 and 90 minutes. And it's always somewhere between those times. And sometimes at 30, I just say, okay, I put down what I could do. And then sometimes it goes the full 90, and it's like you're churning things out and it's really, really, happening. But I kind of did it that way to make it not too much of a chore, but more of a joy, and do it that way, So that's awesome. So what are you working on right now? I mean, you have this great record out, and we're going to play Invincible in just a minute, but what are you doing right now as far as this snapshot in time, this period of April? Are you doing any performances or writing or just a little bit of everything? What's going on with you?
Yeah, a lot of writing.
Okay.
A lot of recording I have about 5 co-writes in the works right now.
Wow, great.
That we are getting. I have different producers on each of them, and we'll be working with a new producer soon. I have a friend, Michelle Lockie, who's over there in Maryland, and she teaches a film TV writing class. So she has a lot of placement in film and TV, and we're co-writing something together, which is a ukulele kind of little fun song.
I see it on the wall back there.
You see the ukulele, there it is.
Yep. I kind of knew.
We got some of that going on for sure.
Yeah.
And then I've got about 3 that I'm working on right now in the works with my co-writer Jackson, we have a duo called Last August. And then I've got
Now, is his name Jackson Jackson, or is that a misprint?
No.
It is Jackson Jackson? Oh,
it's Jackson Jackson, yeah.
It is Jackson Jackson.
It really is, yeah.
That's awesome. I love that. I think that's
I do too, yeah.
He's probably the only one. I like that, man. That's really cool. Hey, let's play Invincible and then come back to this conversation. Here we go on Invincible.
The sun breaks
Wow, unbelievably invincible. And I have a feeling I know what that's about, Kim, but you tell us. Give us the inspiration behind that and when that hit you to write that. And like how long ago did you write this? Is this very current or has it been a while?
No, this was a few months ago.
Oh, wow.
And
Fast.
yeah, it's a few
Writ-
months ago. It's a pretty new one.
Written and recorded just like that, man. There's no dust gathering around your keyboard, girl.
No, there's not. Not this one. My piano downstairs isn't getting as much attention.
Oh, really?
But my keyboard gets all the attention up here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah. Well, that song, is definitely kind of my life walk, I would say.
Right. Okay.
That we go through stuff in this life. Everybody does. And we can really have that outlook that we are beaten,
Right.
or we can have faith, we can walk strong, and we can find people to join arms with. And that's really what this last year for me has been. For years I was writing, I was doing what I wanted to do, but I wasn't really stepping forward because I did have a lot of fear. And I was writing a book all this time. For 7 years I wrote a book, and I was writing through my fear and like getting revelations as I would pray, and just it was really a time that the book that I wrote is released now. It's called Fire Lilies Out of the Ashes, and I literally just released it a few days ago.
Congratulations.
So,
that's awesome. We also have in the James O'Connor Agency a segment for authors, but we'll get into that later. But I want to ask you about your fear. What were you fearful of when you were writing? Like what was, like when you're writing, like what was going through your mind that you had to address this fear? Like what was it?
Well, some of the fears, there's more than one. I would say just stepping out and wondering what people would say about me. Well, who are you to release the book? Who are you to sing that song? Fear that saying, we're invincible, you're going to have opposition come against you as soon as you say that, fear
Right.
that of facing that opposition. But, my perspective is, well, when I think of invincible, there's only really one who is invincible, the maker of all.
Right.
But when you walk a life of faith and you believe in him, then you really, scripture says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So we have that ability to walk through here invincible. And, I feel like I'm going to live forever anyway, when this life's over, it keeps going. So really, when you have that mindset, nothing really matters. It's like just steamroll through, because this life is going to be so fleeting, so why am I afraid of, failure? Why am I afraid of what people will say? Because I'm a mother of four, and so there's a lot of challenges as a mother of four of balancing my time and, not being so bound by what people will say. Well, why are you doing that? Why are you wasting your time trying to pursue this dream? You should just be doing this. And just when I finally let go of all of that, I would see other people who were like doing their dream and still had kids, and they made it work because it was important to them, and I saw their kids thriving. So I thought, well, there's a way to do this, obviously. Yeah. And by me not doing it, I'm only finding myself frustrated and not living to my full potential. So I'm really robbing my kids of, and I'm telling my kids, oh, try out for the basketball team. You got to work hard. You got to go for your dreams.
Right.
But I wasn't going for my own dreams. So I was like, wait a second, I need to rethink this. Maybe, I have some faulty thinking here. And so when I addressed that in my own life, I was able to overcome. And every day you have to overcome these thoughts that come against us. It's just like there's always something that's trying to push us back. But we have to walk on. And when you find people that you can do it with, my friend April Kelly and me, we sang this song together. And there's so much joy when you have other people that you're doing it with. You're co-writing songs with, you're collaborating with on books, Yeah. I'm bringing my kids in right now. I'm writing a tween series. And my kids every chapter I'm like, what would you do in this situation? And it's going to be a choose your own adventure.
Did you say a teen or tween?
Tween.
What does that mean?
Well, it's in between.
That's what I
being
thought. Okay.
adolescent and teenager.
Right.
There's so few books for the tweens, you know.
Right.
And
It's
I
a
have
tough
an
age.
11-year-old. Yeah, it is a tough age.
Right.
It's a really tough age.
That's the hardest age, I think, because it's so transitional that you don't even know what you're doing. It's very confusing for a kid at that age. And then when on top of that, if there's any social challenges surrounding them, whether home or school or whatever, it just compounds it, I think, you know? So,
yeah.
I mean, God bless you for doing what you're doing. I mean, I really love the fact that you're a shining example of follow your dream, and you hold that up to them and say, look at this, I'm a singer, I'm a songwriter. I mean, that's got to be very cool for, them as children looking at you, walk the walk and talk the talk at the same time. That's great. Really great.
So.
Yeah.
I hope so. I love my kids, they're always going to be the gem of my heart. So,
yeah. How old? What's the ranges?
I've got a 7-year-old daughter, and then she's my youngest.
Right.
And then a 9-year-old son, and then an 11-year-old daughter, and then a 14-year-old son. So
wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Boy, girl, boy, girl, boy, girl. That's a way to do it. All right.
Very blessed.
Excellent. God bless you. That's really cool.
One thing we did not share yet about Kim is she is fond of dirty leprechauns. Right back to the story, right after this. Are you a singer, songwriter, artist, or author? Are you in need of a platform for your career? Well, the James O'Connor Agency is in the business of helping you broadcast your global career. If you are needing to expand your presence in a big way, such as having your music and your voice heard around the world, well, look no further. We have the platforms here to help you catapult your career like no one else can. Your artistry can be featured around the world on the James O'Connor Agency YouTube channel. Here at the James O'Connor Agency, we can expand your global career by being a featured guest on dHarmic Evolution for singer-songwriters and everyone in the entertainment industry. Or The James O'Connor Show, designed for authors, speakers, and thought leaders. Both shows are international radio, TV shows, and podcasts. Go to thejamesO'ConnorAgency.com and find out what we can do for your global career right now.
So many things I want to chat with you about. But this is going so fast. I wanted to just comment the fact that you said about the longevity and being here in this world and on this earth. And I always say it's like a bus stop. You know, we all act like we're going to be here forever in this place, and it's just not so. You know, so you've really embraced the best parts of everything, and the Lord is shining on you. I can see that. But now it's time for warrior pose. Here we go.
When darkness closes in, fear has overcome. The air is so thick, it could be cut. I can't breathe, I wanna run, but don't want to lose ground. Come and be my arrow, come and be my bow. I wait in the valley of dark shadows. I
Warrior Pose. Okay, so that was really, really hot. That was a really good. Where did you come up with that title, Warrior Pose? That's very cool.
You know, it's a chapter in my book, actually.
Oh, is it?
And yeah, it's something I tried writing a song on this theme forever, and then that title came, and I don't know, it just came to me when I was writing the book. But
Right.
you know, because I do yoga, and so it is, you know,
Oh
it's
no, another
yoga move.
a yogi too. I'm a yogi. What do you do? What kind of
I'm
yoga?
not good at it. I do yoga burn right now. You know, yoga burn.
No, I never
Familiar
heard
with
of that. What is that?
It's like a video series. It's good. It's really good, but I'm not very good at yoga.
Oh,
I
okay.
wanna
It
get
takes a
better.
long time. It takes a while. I mean, I've been doing it for 12 years and it's like, you know, you're constantly working on it to try to improve it. But I mean, you feel good after you do it, right? I mean, I get the
Yeah.
best night's sleep. I always tell people, I said, man, my sleep, nothing messes me up in my sleep.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
I
your
go
back,
fall
everything.
out. Yeah. And I'm like a sound asleep, you know, 6 to 8 hours. And I'm happy with that. That's great. So you have such a big, I want to ask you also about, we didn't even get into this yet, but your stage career. Now you were in Jesus Christ Superstar and a little night music. I mean, you did so many things. How did you get into the acting thing?
That was what I was into when I was first, you know, exploring creative things as a young person.
Right.
Starting in high school and then in college, and I even at one point I was accepted into the Boston Conservatory, and I was going to go as a musical theater major, but at that point I shifted career ideas and I decided to just go to LA, take a break from college and try acting down there and see what it was like. So that was fun. It was a little adventure for me.
Right.
And it actually showed me that I didn't want to be an actress.
Oh,
By
really?
being in the heat of it all, by being in the crazy life of LA, I would be writing songs, and it kind of showed me my heart was to write music and
Right.
to write the story instead of just try to find a part to play that was already written.
Okay.
I wanted to be the writer of the story. I wanted to have an opportunity to have something to say because there's only so many parts you can play. And I remember calling, you know, the extra agency down there, you know, trying to get work. You know, when you're out of work, it's so hard too. And I was out of work for like a couple months, and I would just call the extra agency. And the one lady, I was calling to be a part of a prostitute on the show ER. Okay.
Okay.
That was like a thing. And it was so funny because God always protected me. No matter where I was, he protected me.
Right.
Even from doing certain parts, you know. And the lady on the phone, she goes, "You are too wholesome to play a prostitute." And so I'm like, okay, I guess that wasn't what God wanted for me.
No,
But,
that
you
didn't
know,
work for you.
It didn't work for me. That was good. You know, he looked out for me because when you need to work, you'll do anything sometimes, you
Yeah.
know, and I just realized, wow, I was really willing to do that, you know, just for a job, you know.
Right.
But so, you know, it was a testing time for me. It made me more aware of, you know, my weaknesses and my strengths and where I really wanted to be, and just the opportunity. I thought, well, it's difficult, you know. I believe you really should be called, you know, to be down there if you have morals and things. If you want to be an LA actress, then you gotta, you know, you just gotta be meant to be there. And I didn't feel like it was really my calling,
Right.
you know.
Right.
So, but I did feel more called to writing the songs, and so I kind of figured out that wasn't the best career path for me, but it was a great experience.
Yeah.
And a lot of fun.
Wow.
So,
Isn't that something though? Like you just knew that was what was going on. You were being protected from your own ambitions, if you will. And sometimes
Yeah.
we do that. We have these ideas like, you know, I have to do this, and you're convinced, and then you find out later after the disappointment like fades, you realize that's not part of my moral compass at all. You know, it's just like
Right.
I don't belong there, you know. So
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
so
Been there, done that.
yeah. So what else can we talk about here? I mean, we could just go on and on and on with you. I mean, the book, tell me about how you're balancing now. You're writing the songs, and the book just came out a couple days ago. Are you going to do some kind of like tour or something, you know, to help like promote the book? and combine it with your music, I think that's the way to go.
I would love to. I haven't been able to figure out how to make that work yet.
You mean the kids are not understanding about getting the station wagon? Let's go, Mom. Forget about school. Let's.
They would love that.
I know they would. That'd be awesome.
They would love it. I know. I wish it was that simple.
Yeah. But how about packaging them? Like when you put up, like do like is there something you can do with Amazon or something that here's a link, by the way, if you buy this, you get a free single with your, I'm just kind of like brainstorming.
No, I have. That's something that I'm going to be doing, actually.
Great. Yeah.
With, Fire Lily for sure. And
especially because you've got the song with the book. I think that's awesome. That's really, really great. Yeah.
Yeah. So that is like a little package between the two. I'm trying to write some more songs. I have more that are written. I just haven't recorded them yet. But definitely working on that, because there's about 5 songs that are written specifically that go with the book, that actually you could read the book and go, oh wow, this song is totally about, and I even put the lyrics inside the book. So
right.
So I want to get all those together, and then it might even be 6 songs. I think it's 5 or 6, and then have kind of the companion, where you have the CD companion in the book.
Right.
But I did put in the book that, I'm looking, my approach right now, because of my crazy life, for me to plan a tour has been difficult. It's been like a wall for me that I keep hitting. So what I'm thinking is, maybe if people start reaching out to me and inviting me to come, I'll just take each opportunity as I can do that.
Yeah. And
go when I'm called, and not necessarily hit the road for 3 months, and just tour.
Yeah.
Because that isn't working yet. But so hopefully that'll all come together soon.
God has his own plan for you. I'm telling you, Kim, he'll let you know when it's going to happen. Meanwhile, I think it's time for the King of Deception. Let's check this one out.
Your shoes are leaving stains on my floor. No invitation and your parts through my door. Acting like we're still friends. You play me like a rabbit in your magic show. Tip your black hat over and you pull out a rose. Well, I won't be taken in. You're the king of deception, and I wanted to believe you love me. Master of misdirection with an ace of hearts up your sleeve. I was a fool, I was a fool, I was a fool to fall for you, to fall for you, to tricks with you when you go.
The king of deception. So who is the king of deception, Kim? What's that all about? What's going on there?
Oh, that song was fun to write.
Yeah, it sounds it.
Well, it actually started, the whole thought started with a dream. I had a really weird dream about this weird, like, magician. And then I thought, and it kind of inspired the song. And then I had an experience with kind of a shady guy in the music industry. Won't name.
Oh, do they have those in the music industry?
There's a few.
It's synonymous.
we'll stay anonymous, but
yeah,
and it just sort of inspired that. And I went with it with a love beat in it, but that was more as the writer standpoint. It wasn't really an emotional thing, but it was a co-write with Jackson. So we were both kind of like, well, let's make this, go in different directions, because we're trying to write universal. So, it could hit a lot of different marks, but it definitely was inspired by a couple of things.
Right.
I call it the song for every dirty, rotten scoundrel.
That's awesome. So,
it's a lot of fun.
So tell us about, talk a little bit more about your duo, Late August. Give us the story on that. What's that all about? What do you guys do? And, if it's just a duo, do you perform out at all with that, or you just as a writing team?
Right now we're just a writing team. It's actually last August.
Oh, last August. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And we're a writing team.
Okay.
And we haven't yet performed. We used to perform, but he used to live in California.
Right.
And so, I used to play with him, and he and his wife and I used to do worship together at different churches. Plus we do band stuff together. We played all kinds of stuff, but they moved up to Washington State. And so now we just recently, like a year ago, got in touch. I reached out to him to do some producing for me. And then we realized we both wanted to do kind of the same thing, which was pitch to film TV. So we, just started collaborating. This was one of the first ones I think that we collaborated on.
Right.
And it took us a while. We wrote some stuff and then didn't really like the direction we went with it. And through some stumbling on writing, we came into kind of a vibe that we like. And so our sound is different than with the other stuff I do. It's a little bit more of that, what you heard there. And he sings on some stuff. So it's got an indie rock vibe to it for sure.
Right.
And we're pretty much sticking with that because that's what we feel like. There's blues in it, but we feel like we do that well. And we tried doing some of the other stuff. We tried playing some ukulele songs and stuff, and it was okay, but it wasn't us, when when you work with different people, like that worked really well with Michelle, my other co-writer.
Okay.
Her and I do the ukulele thing great together, but Jackson and I, not so much. So
right.
We're kind of like, we're figuring it out, but it's been fun, just co-writing with the different people. And the Last August duo is fun. I don't know if we'll ever play live, but, we probably could down the road. We'd pull in a few other people to play with us, though.
Yeah. What's your main instrument? Is it piano or is it? Oh, it is. Okay. I had a feeling.
Piano for me. Yeah.
Just a little clue there what you're sitting in front of, so there you go.
I play a little of those things on the wall.
Yeah.
But I'm no expert, I just,
right.
It gets me by to write songs with.
Tell me about the kids. Who's playing? Anybody playing music? Somebody's got to be out of the four of them.
It's interesting. They're not, my daughter, who's 11, she picked up the guitar. She had it instantly. I mean, she could play a song in like a week. So wow. I was like, okay, she's a natural, but she doesn't really want to practice.
Yeah, right.
Go figure.
Right.
So they're all natural singers. All four of them have beautiful, beautiful voices.
Wow.
So I'm not one of those parents that's like forcing them. I'm just kind of letting them come into their own. And they always sing in the church musicals, and they sing whenever they get a chance. There's opportunities for them to sing, and they all want to. So that's nice. But I don't know really what's going to happen with them. I I think it'll be fun to watch and see.
I think it's good that you're not pushing them. I did the same thing with my sons. It's like, here it is if you want it. And now my youngest teaches me guitar. I go once a week because he majored in music and I never learned formal. I was always gifted as a writer and a singer and everything, but I never. So now I'm learning that now, very late in life, but I love it.
Exciting, yeah.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. Plus, I get to see him, once a week. Hey, tell me as we're winding down here, Kim, what's most exciting? What are you looking forward to the rest of this year as you look out on all these projects you got going on? What are the highlights that we can look for? I mean, the book is just out a couple of days ago, so we got to check that out. But as the year unwinds, what are you looking forward to most of all?
Well, I'm looking forward to creating. I'm always kind of songwriter motto, always going for my better. Trying to beat out the last song.
Right.
So hopefully, writing some great music, and then this the Young Fire Lily series, which I'm really excited. I can't believe how easy it is to write that. Like compared to my first book took me 7 years.
Right.
This one is just like I've already got, 15,000 words and I just started it like 5 days ago.
Wow.
So it's really easy to write. And in this genre, it's fiction, it's got some fantasy, and I'm excited about these books, actually. I'm already kind of, I'm in the mode of writing these characters, and so kind of caught up in that little world of Young Fire Lilies right now. So yeah, I'm hoping to release one, if not two, of those in the series this coming year.
So tell everybody, where can we find you, purchase your music, your books? Do you have a website that we can just go there for everything?
You can go to www.kimkrenik.com. That will have all my music. It will have links to my books. And I also have a book website, which is kimkrenikbooks.com. And then Last August Music has their own website too. So we're Last August Music. Or no,
awesome.
LastAugust.com. Not
.com.
music. Yeah.
Okay.
LastAugust.com. Yeah.
All right. You know what?
And then you can find us on Facebook and all that too. So.
Yeah, we'll put all your social links in the show notes and all your links to all of your music and your books. So, listen, thank you so much. I know your kids must be so proud of you and your family, your husband, everybody. I mean, it just must be amazing to be in that house with all the content you're creating constantly. So, thank you so much for being
I'm driving him a little crazy.
Yeah, that's okay. We need a little crazy in this life, right? So
That's right.
So, Kim Krenik, thank you so much for being a part of the dHarmic evolution. I just want to wish you all the success and blessings in the world.
Thank you. I wish you the same. Thanks for having me.
Do you ever wonder why you were created and what you're here to do? Then the geography of the soul will help you to find your true place in this world. The music is so inspirational, including tracks such as I Want to Be Loved, State of Grace, and Ride On. James Kevin O'Connor is an internationally acclaimed singer, songwriter, music producer, entertainment agent, TV star, and a loving father who leads you to find your true place and calms your mind and soul in breathtaking ways. Buy Geography of the Soul today by James Kevin O'Connor at iTunes, CD Baby, Amazon, jameskevino'connor.com. Geography of the Soul, a beautiful CD that you need to own today by James Kevin O'Connor.
Sponsored by the James O'Connor Agency. Fire Lilies, Invincible, Warrior Pose, and King of Deception. From Thailand to the UK, to being a successful and celebrated songwriter and now author, it's the super creative energies of Kim Krenik. You can check out Kim on the dHarmic Evolution website, now being downloaded and listened to in countries all around the world. And we're really cranking things up, because now we've just recently hit 66 countries. You should head over to the James O'Connor Agency. If you have not visited this site, you gotta check it out. Lots of artists around the world are starting to check in and take advantage of all the things this agency is offering them. An international talent agency designed to broadcast your global career. No matter where you are in your career, we have packages to enhance and broadcast your global career today. Stop by and visit the site. Find out about all the awesome packages we've designed and developed for you. Hey, do you need funding for your next album project? Well, go over to the JamesO'ConnorAgency.com. We'll tell you how to do that. Find out what we do for singer-songwriters, musical artists, as well as authors, speakers, and thought leaders. We also want to encourage you to visit dHarmicEvolution.com. Check out your show and blog profile right now. If you've been on this show, you are now on the site. Kim is now on the site, and people from all around the world are logging in to see and hear all about Kim, her books, and her music. That's it for me today. I'm your host for the dHarmic Evolution, James Kevin O'Connor, singer-songwriter, audio-video artist, master storyteller, and international talent agent. So until the next time when we meet again, I'll either see you on the socials or I'll see you on TV.
Just settle for the map. When you're welcome to the territory, I just discovered where it's at. Now I need to study the geography of my soul. You said you're on the same path. You're hoping that you'll make a new discovery. And now you know there's no turning back. It was there in the geography of your soul. Of your soul. I've been wandering around for years and years, trying to break free from the pain. Maybe all I ever really needed was to recognize and claim my own inner flame. For the map, when we can celebrate the territory, don't even consider turning back. Now that we found the geography of our soul.